Okay, welcome everyone to the next episode of Quantum Leaps, the show where we interview innovators, investors, creators, and builders who are doing new things with DeFi NFTs. I am very, very excited about today's episode. We have on the program a close friend of mine, the one and only Matt Waters, the CEO and founder of Unchained Music. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, Mango. Nice talking to you today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited. This has been slowly, quietly building and bubbling in the background for a long time now. So it's very exciting to be bringing what you've been working on to the forefront. So I like to keep these interviews as quick and as concise as possible. I know people have a lot of things going on, so I'm just going to jump right into it. You're building a platform, a music platform on top of charged particles. So I want to dive into why you approached this problem, the kinds of issues you saw in the current music industry, and then really explain exactly how it's working and what's going on. So let's get started with it. Can you tell me why did you decide to approach the music industry? What kind of problems do you see in the existing music industry that needed to be changed on the blockchain?
Well, so let's start from, let's take a step back a little bit from that question. I think that with the advent of NFTs and Web3 coming along, we've seen so many different projects try to tackle this issue or that issue. You have Audius doing the streaming thing. You have Royal doing fan-powered royalties. And we were looking for something that we could do within the space that would be beneficial to artists, not necessarily to the industry, but to artists as a whole. And after talking it through with some of my close friends and colleagues, we stumbled across music distribution. This is an industry that is completely ripe for disruption at the moment, because we're able to basically completely upend the model rather than certain businesses taking a upfront fee or a subscription model. We're able to offer this for free through the power of DeFi and NFTs. And because Charged Particles is offering a DeFi NFT platform, we're able to build on top of it to make this a reality.
All right, so you're looking at distribution and how DeFi and NFTs can be used to approach some of the issues with royalties. Now, I'm not deeply involved in the music industry myself, but I have quite a few friends who are, and the consensus is basically that artists are getting taken for a ride. Is that like a fair assessment, would you say?
I think that's partially a fair assessment. We've seen since around the advent of the streaming revolution, the predominance of streaming is a major source of income for a lot of artists. We've seen records starting to go down in sales. We've seen touring go down in sales, especially since COVID has happened. We've seen an issue with this entire other side of income, the entire live performance side, also being shafted. And so when we looked at this industry, we see people continually taking. We see this business over here taking. They're taking money from this person. They're taking money from this person. They're taking money from this person. And as a developing artist, it feels like you're being nickel and dimed everywhere. It's saying, okay, I have to pay this for distribution. I have to pay this for my, mixing and mastering. I have to pay this for my, have someone sing on my record. I have to pay this for these different platforms that you have to use to get your music in front of people and up to a level that is professional. And so we figure that if we're able to give a little bit back to artists in a way that is a no loss way, where they win and we win as a company, that's a much better iteration of the industry.
So you've got a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of layers and processes that a musician has to go through, and someone's taking a cut at every step of the way. And I like your optimism that that there's maybe not any malicious behavior, but even at the best case scenario, there's just still a lot of layers that you got to go through, and your royalties and your music is being cut down at each sort of level, as far as I understand it. So how is Unchained Music approaching these problems? You said specifically distribution is your focus. So how do you hope to fix some of these issues?
Well, like we said, the initial problem that we're tackling is distribution. The way we're approaching this is to give artists a no-cost solution. Literally, it's 100% free forever for them to distribute their music to all of the major streaming platforms. You're talking 100 plus streaming platforms that we can take an artist that, say, is putting out their first track and put them on Spotify, put them on iTunes, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal, all the YouTube, like all these places, we can put them on for absolutely no cost. And for someone that may not have the extra income to do that, or heaven forbid, they're using a service right now that's taking a cut of those royalties that come back to them, that's a game changer. And so what we're able to do basically is we're able to offer this distribution for free. We put it all on major platforms. We take the royalties that are generated by the track and we lock them inside the DeFi NFT. What this allows us to do is to take the interest on top of that, whether it's USDC or DAI or any of the other stable assets that are inside there. And that's how we make money. But then the artist also has their principal royalty payments that they're allowed to claim. And so it's a way in which you have a system where the artist that maybe is developing that could use the extra few dollars, or this massive artist that has a distribution deal can save more money and not leave any of that on the table.
So you're using the NFTs as sort of a savings account, so to speak, and the interest earned in that NFT savings account is what is used to pay the company to maintain the distribution. But the artist gets to keep 100% of their royalties.
Yes, 100%. It's such an interesting business model that hasn't, as far as I know, been attempted before within the music industry, and we know we can make it work. And so what we're doing is we're completely replacing this old legacy way of doing things. If you go to somewhere like DistroKid, they make you pay up front. Go somewhere like Ditto, they make you pay up front, or they have a cut of royalties. And that every single distribution platform has a combination of those things, right? And so we're offering something that no one else can offer, mainly that you can keep 100% of your royalties and not have to pay for it.
And that's amazing. I would love to dive in a little deeper with some of that, but I'm sure it starts to get a little complicated, and I'm sure also that some of it's on the white paper that'll be coming out soon here. So I'll leave some of that to be explored by interested listeners and musicians. So if I'm a musician and I want to get started with this platform and distributing my music this way, how can I begin?
So basically, the easiest way is to go to unchainedmusic.io. There's a bunch of buttons that says sign up now or apply to beta. We'll be going into beta in January of 2022. So if you're interested in this, please click on that button, sign up, tell us a little bit about you, and we'll get back to you as soon as we have a chance to go through all the applications. We are starting with a closed beta. And then slowly we're going to be opening it up to everyone to use the platform. So don't worry, we will get to you if you don't hear to us or you don't hear from us right away. But we're very, very excited to have everyone on board and for this to eventually be a platform that everyone can use.
Well, very, very exciting stuff, Matt. Thanks for stopping by and sharing some details. I'm sure there will be a lot more information coming over the coming weeks and months. And for any musicians that are interested in approaching music distribution in this new way, or if you've got other ideas about how the music industry can be revolutionized, stop by at our music guild at Charged Particles on Discord, or you can visit us at app.charged.fi. So thank you, Matt, so much for joining us from Unchained Music. Really, really excited to see where this goes over the next couple of years.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mango.
Until next time.